Welcome back to the Sonic Advance 2 playthrough. We're returning now at Zone 3, Music Plant. Now, obviously this level consists of a music theme with a lot of spring-based level design. This level loves to bounce you all over the place. Honestly, this is probably the best looking level in the game, but the constant springs and enemies that you run into and spike traps, it really throws off the pacing of this level. And now we have the electric shield, which, like Sonic 3 and Knuckles, allows you to draw in rings. No double jump though, which is a huge letdown. And there's rail grinding like there was in Hot Crater. And there's another special ring. Like I said before, I'm not gonna bother trying to collect the special rings for these levels because that is way too tedious, and the game, it should have stuck to its linear design and not throw in an exploration element in levels that clearly weren't designed for it. I don't care much for these tube sections either. They're not as bad as they are in the Game Gear games, I will say that. This is another reason I hate the springs in this section, because it constantly feels like I'm going backwards. And there's my first death in the game. That was pretty cheap enemy placement back there, I found. I hate how they suck you in like that when you just want to move on. Okay, now we're finally through with Act 1. Hopefully, Act 2 won't be quite as tedious. What? Honestly, Music Plan is the part of the game where I feel like the level designers really overdid it. There's no need for this many springs in one Sonic level. Now, you'll see me do the spin and double jump a lot more often than you saw me in the previous two parts, and really they're the only useful moves in the game outside of the usual moveset of jump and spin dash. The backflip, I've never had any use for it at all, and really there's nothing about the game that tells you about it in the first place, which is why people have such a hard time with Sky Canyon on their first playthrough. I don't have a problem with them being in the game, I just think it should be communicated a little bit better by the developers. And that's the end of Act 2. And I think I'm going to stop at this part. Tune in next time for the boss attack.